Hey guys, this is Ronnie Rice again. Wanted to talk to you about lawyers and uh, how to engage with the lawyer. I like this quote. It says, "Lawyer, don't confuse your Google search with my 3 years in law school, and client, don't confuse your 1 hour lecture you had on my issue with 20 years of living with it." Um, and I think that's a better. I think you can't put it in any better way. Uh, I guess this is a podcast for lawyers too. Hey, never get get caught up in uh, your experience, your education, uh, your know-how that you talk down to your clients. On the flip side, clients, don't get so caught up with because you're living with your issue every day that the lawyer doesn't know what he's talking about. He's not empathetic. Uh, and you probably wonder, why the heck am I doing this YouTube page, doing this YouTube video? And it's simply put, I can't tell you how many times that I've had clients come to me and they blow up my phone. They send me emails, or some want to say that they haven't talked to me, or they talked to my staff and what have you. And what I have to do and what I've learned to do is to educate the general public about lawyers, and I'm talking about I call them street lawyers. And I'm gonna take this band out. I was wearing this band, guys, because I thought this. I got this at a VIP event. I don't drink, so it was it was just cool. I'm gonna keep it. I think I'm gonna do something like this on my promo, so look out for some promo, something like that. Just something to remind. But I thought it was cool. Instead of doing a wristband, they did this, so I thought that was pretty cool, basically. So what I wanted to say, what I was talking about is um, basically educating the general public on how to deal with lawyers, and it's so crazy that you think that I wouldn't have to do this, but hey, lawyers are not machines, okay? I don't care how much you pay the lawyer. I don't care how much, what law school they went to, what have you. They need time to actually do the work, okay? Uh, the line that you might hear a lot of people say, and I've said it before, do you want to talk to me, or do you want me to work on your case? Which one you want? I can do either or. I'm gonna bill you both the same, right? And the reason why I tell people that is because lawyers, doctors, people in the service industry, bartenders, anybody that's in the service field, no matter how much education you had to go and experience you had to go to get there, can tell you that, hey, they're not machines. Now, are you paying for a service? Absolutely. Like, there's nothing there. You should never have to feel like you got to track your lawyer, your doctor down. You should know where their office is. You should be able to know what's the best mode of communication. I have found out with my clients, a lot of my clients like to text. Text. Phone calls are, people still like phone calls because they want to feel like somebody has some type of compassion with their case. And then most of the time they just have people want to vent and talk about their case and things of that sort. Drinking coffee. Yeah, don't get me started on that. But I actually want some tea, but the only tea I have is chamomile tea. So long story short, know that lawyers are not machines. However, the best way to communicate with a lawyer is find out what's best for them and find out what works for you. You got a lot of people who work from home now. Even though I think a lot of people are going back now. I was talking to a friend of mine, so it might be different. But a lot of people are working high stress jobs. Crane operators or 18-wheeler drivers, things of that sort. And phone is probably the best. What I learned to do is follow up the phone call with an email or text. Like, hey, this is what we talked about. If I need an answer from them, hey, these are the answers I need from you. And they kind of feel better with it. Now, in the business of big law, and when I talk about big law, I'm talking about your class action suit and your big law firms. Obviously, uh, the overhead. And this is me just putting you guys on game, and this is for lawyers and non-lawyers, what have you. Is you got the I always see the TV show like Suits, partner and associate partners, all that yada yada yada. The name of the game is the partner makes the most money, so therefore, everybody's. I tell people all the time, it's kind of like a pyramid scheme. I know it sounds crazy, but it's like the junior lawyer comes in and they have to bring all this business in and they have to work, and then the general partner is the one who's making all the money, right? Because he gets a percentage off what the junior lawyer does and the associate lawyers does and all this stuff. So, but that's not me. I love my profession. I love what I do. So the way a big business is that you have you basically, it's all about quantity, and there's nothing wrong with that, because quantity, you get to make a lot of money, right? You get to make a gazillion dollars, and that's the way that it runs. And however, you might not necessarily get that personal touch as you would with a smaller practice. It's trade-offs to both sides, with a smaller practice, the capital cash flow is different. With a big firm, the cash flow is definitely there, but the personal touches on it is different. So you have to just know where you're going in regards to each firm. And once again, if State Bar's watching this, hey, I'm not trying to recommend big law firm or small law firm. I'm just trying to get the back end, because you always hear, no, lawyers are sleaze bags, they just take your money and all that stuff. But what you gotta understand is, let's say if you pay X number of dollars this month, that dollar might pay a fraction of what it costs to run a law firm on a daily basis. And so what you have to do is understand is, like, this is small or large. It's only so much bandwidth that firm can handle. And if you get that mindset, you will understand how the law game works and how to better interact with your lawyer. The best clients I have are clients who help me help their case. Because most people, what they want a lawyer, but they don't want to spend the money on it. Okay, well, that's fine. If you want to keep costs down, help the lawyer out. So if it's a personal injury case, if you got medical records medical records billings, that you already have, send them over. If it's a criminal case, tell the truth. If you have witness to show that you wasn't there at the time of the shooting, just put it out there. Hey, try to find out the witnesses. Try to get sworn statements, things that sort. Help the lawyer out. Or if it's a business issue, a commercial issue, where somebody owes you some money, send the contract. Send them the way you notify find the person who owes you the money, or business owes the money, the way you sent them email confirming it and all that stuff. So help the lawyer out. The lawyer's not magicians. So I guess this whole point of this podcast is just how to interact with the lawyer. I might actually just send this out to all my clients, just so they'll understand just the complexity of what lawyers do. And just like you watch those shows, Suits and Matlock, which is my favorite. You guys don't know about Matlock with the seersucker suit. But if you notice, he's probably dealing with one case, right? And that case might take, however much time, but that's in TV land. But even in that one case, is so many different issues going on with that one case. So imagine you got one lawyer that has, 10 cases, 20 cases, 100 cases. And imagine kind of them having to have I call it the schizophrenia disorder, where you gotta be this personality with this case, this client, this personality with other clients. So I guess my whole point of all this is to say, man, learn how to engage your attorney. Sit down and talk to him. Say, hey, what's the best way to communicate? What is it that I can do to help with this case? And then what's a good time to sit down and talk. So all my clients, I try to talk and say, hey, what's a good time to talk with you on a weekly or bi-weekly, or every 3 weeks? What's a good time to talk to you Because, you know, some people work a 9 to 5, you know, 8 to 4, 7 to 3. Some people drive trucks, things of that sort. So that's my 2 cents, man. I actually hope, I really, 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 really actually hope that this helps, you know, a lot of people who dealing with lawyers and feel like they, you know, they deal with cantankerous lawyers or what have you. So this is Ronnie Rice, man. Pete, give me a follow, give me a share too, man. You know, all that jazz.